the lights go out. You have exactly 60 minutes before everything changes. What you do in that first hour will determine whether your family survives comfortably or faces a nightmare. In the 1977 New York blackout, looting started within minutes. After Hurricane Maria, some people waited 11 months for power. The blackout isn't coming, it's inevitable. In this video, I'm breaking down the 10 critical moves you must make the moment the grid goes dark. These aren't comfort tips, they're survival protocols that could save your life. From protecting your electronics to securing your perimeter, you'll learn exactly what to do minute by minute when the power dies. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we turn preparation into power. If you're serious about protecting your family when disaster strikes, hit that like button and subscribe, because the information you're about to learn could be the difference between control and chaos. When the power cuts out, your home becomes filled with silent enemies. Every device plugged into your walls continues to draw power even when you're not using them. This phantom load accounts for 5 to 10% of household energy consumption, according to the Department of Energy. During a blackout, this might seem irrelevant, but the real danger comes when the grid sputters back online. That sudden surge can fry circuits and destroy your most valuable electronics in an instant. Here's what you need to do immediately. Unplug everything except one lamp and one essential radio. Keep your refrigerator and freezer plugged in, but kill every other non-essential outlet. Use surge protectors to make this process easier. One switch can save you from fumbling around in complete darkness trying to find individual plugs. But there's another layer to this that most people never consider. If the blackout is caused by a cyber attack or a geomagnetic storm, your plugged-in devices can actually act as antennas, absorbing damaging electromagnetic surges. A simple Faraday bag or even a foil-wrapped box can protect your valuable electronics from this invisible threat. Phantom loads don't just waste pennies on your electric bill. They determine whether your electronics become dead weight or life-saving tools. When the lights surge back unpredictably, you don't want your gear exploding in silence while you're left in the dark. Next, you need to understand something critical. In a blackout, you're not running out of food first, you're running out of watts. Flashlights, radios, medical devices, and insulin coolers all depend on battery power. For the 2.7 million Americans who rely on electrically powered medical devices, a blackout isn't just an inconvenience, it's a countdown to a medical emergency. Gather every power bank, spare battery, and solar panel you own into one visible staging area. Don't wait until your flashlight blinks red to figure out where your batteries are. You need to know exactly what power you have available right now. Here's something most people don't think about. Cold drains lithium batteries rapidly. If you're dealing with a winter blackout, store your batteries in insulated pouches or wrap them in socks and keep them close to body heat. This simple trick can extend their life significantly. You also need to ration your power like it's gold, because during a grid collapse, it essentially is. A fully charged 20,000 milliamp hour battery gives you about 4 phone charges. Use them wisely for emergency communication, not for luxury scrolling through social media. And if you're counting on solar panels during winter, remember, they provide far less output. Plan accordingly. Electricity isn't about convenience anymore. It's about survival. Now let's talk about something that might seem counterintuitive. When the blackout hits, silence can feel unbearable. Many people immediately leave radios blasting, TVs stuck on dead channels, and phones endlessly refreshing. But noise isn't comfort, it's disorientation. You need to control your sensory environment. Schedule your radio use, maybe 15 minutes every hour to scan emergency frequencies. Keep your phones off except for planned communication windows. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about maintaining clarity. Practice light and sound discipline. Sensory overload increases stress and clouds your judgment when you need it most. If you have animals, they'll pick up on your chaos. Keep calm to keep them calm. Here's another critical point. Sound carries much farther in a quiet city during a blackout. Loud music or conversation can broadcast to everyone around you that you have resources, batteries, entertainment, comfort. That makes you a target for desperate neighbors. Panic spreads through sound waves. Survival requires you to mute the chaos before it mutes you. Fire safety is where most people fail during blackouts, and the statistics prove it. More people die from fires during blackouts than from the blackout itself. Candle-related fires spike by 23% during outages, and it's usually because people forget basic flame discipline in their stress haze. The moment the power goes out, check your smoke detectors. Replace the batteries if needed. This seems obvious, but in the chaos of the first few minutes, people skip this step. Don't be one of them. Stage fire extinguishers in 3 key locations: the kitchen, near any heating sources you'll be using, and near sleeping areas. You want them accessible in complete darkness. Never, and I mean never, run generators indoors. Carbon monoxide is odorless, invisible, and lethal. Keep generators at least 20 feet from your house and invest in battery-powered carbon monoxide detectors. This isn't optional. Establish clear fire safety protocols right away. Where can candles be placed? How will lanterns be used? Where will generators run? Make these decisions now while you're thinking clearly, not later when you're tired and stressed.
Fire departments may be stretched impossibly thin during a widespread blackout. Hydrants can lose pressure. Roads may be blocked. If you start a fire, you're on your own. The best firefighters are the ones that never let the fire start. The first hour isn't just about food and water. It's about protecting the documents that prove your identity and ownership. During disasters, identity theft and document loss spike dramatically. Without proof of who you are, what you own, and what you need, you're vulnerable. Consolidate your passports, IDs, birth certificates, property deeds, medical records, insurance policies, and spare keys into one waterproof, fireproof container. Keep it accessible. If you need to evacuate, you can grab it in seconds. Keep an encrypted USB drive or external hard drive with scanned copies of all these documents. Technology can fail, but having backups in multiple formats gives you options. Carry hard copies of your prescriptions. Pharmacies may go offline, and digital records become useless when the computers are dead. That piece of paper might be the only thing standing between you and a medical crisis. Stash small bills with your documents. Cash becomes king when banks are closed and ATMs are dead. Having $50 in small bills can be more valuable than having $5,000 in a bank account you can't access. When systems go dark, only those who can prove who they are, what they own, and what they need stay ahead of the chaos. Now we get to food preservation, and this is where time becomes your enemy. The second the power cuts, your refrigerator is on a death clock. Once internal temperatures rise above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, meat, dairy, and seafood enter the danger zone, where bacterial growth doubles every 20 minutes. You need to triage your perishables immediately. The most vulnerable items, milk, eggs, fish, and soft cheeses, need to be cooked or relocated to the coldest part of your freezer right away. If your stove is electric and dead, use camping gear, propane grills, or butane burners. Here's a critical strategy. Cooked protein lasts longer than raw. Boiled eggs can last 5 to 7 days without refrigeration. Cooked chicken can last 48 hours. Cook what you can while you still have the ability. Pack your freezer as tight as possible. Thermal mass buys you time. Fill gaps with frozen water bottles, which serve double duty. They keep things cold and later become drinking water. Practice scent discipline. Cooking outside can attract unwanted attention from neighbors who are desperate and hungry. Cook discreetly and seal your trash immediately. The smell of a hot meal can travel farther than you think. Food is no longer just dinner. It's currency in a world where the supply chain has collapsed. Water is even more critical than food. The human body can last weeks on calories, but only 3 days without hydration. Municipal water systems rely on electricity, and when the grid falls, pressure and purification systems fail quickly. Your first move is to fill bathtubs, sinks, and every container you have before pressure drops. This isn't a suggestion, it's a race. Use bathtub liners if you have them to store water more hygienically. Treat your stored water with bleach, 8 drops per gallon. This prevents bacterial growth and keeps the water safe to drink for months. Use water filters like LifeStraw or Berkey systems to remove bacteria and contaminants from questionable water sources. Conceal your water storage. Once neighbors run dry, water theft begins. Desperate people will do desperate things, and advertising that you have clean water is dangerous. Without water, everything else collapses. Your food stores become worthless. Your shelter becomes a tomb. Your power becomes pointless. Water is the foundation of survival. Cold doesn't wait politely for you to figure things out. Once indoor temperatures dip below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, hypothermia becomes a real risk. Even gas furnaces rely on electric ignition and fans, so losing power means losing heat, regardless of your fuel source. Shrink your survival zone immediately. Pick 1 or 2 rooms and concentrate all your resources there. Hang blankets over windows and seal drafts with towels. Use emergency Mylar blankets to reflect body heat back toward your family. Layer your heat sources. Indoor-rated propane heaters, kerosene units, or wood stoves can provide warmth, but you must ventilate properly to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. 1 heat source with proper ventilation is better than 3 heat sources in a sealed room that kills everyone in their sleep. Dress in wool and fleece. Avoid cotton. It retains moisture and steals warmth from your body when you need it most. Layer your clothing and trap air between the layers for insulation. Practice light discipline. Don't let glowing windows paint a target on your house. Red lens flashlights preserve your night vision and don't broadcast your location to the outside world. Heat is not just comfort during a blackout, it's survival. People die from exposure in their own homes when they don't take this seriously. When the grid falls, silence blinds you. Most cellular towers have only 8 to 24 hours of backup power. After that, they go dark, cutting you off from emergency services and family contact. You need alternative communication methods immediately. Stage your radios. Hand crank or battery-powered NOAA weather radios give you emergency updates. AM and FM receivers can pick up local broadcasts. Shortwave or ham radios extend your reach if you know how to use them. Use walkie-talkies to coordinate with family members or trusted neighbors. Pre-establish your channels and call signs before you need them. Practice using them so everyone knows the protocols. Use coded language and limit your transmissions.
Information is currency during a crisis, and broadcasting too much detail about your resources or capabilities can make you a target. Plan meeting points and fallback locations for your family right now. If communication fails completely, everyone needs to know where to go and when to be there. Don't wait until you're separated to figure this out. Communication is not just about having gear, it's about having a plan. Silence can mean being cut off, vulnerable, and forgotten when help is being distributed. Finally, we need to talk about security, and this is where comfortable people get uncomfortable. When the lights die, the rules of civility can die with them. Looting and armed robberies spike immediately during widespread blackouts. Law enforcement becomes overwhelmed and response times stretch into hours or days. You're on your own. Check every lock in your house: doors, windows, garages, basement entries. Reinforce sliding doors because they're easy targets. Use layered defense. Multiple barriers slow intruders down and give you time to respond. Kill your light signature. Red lens flashlights preserve night vision without broadcasting your location. Blackout curtains prevent anyone outside from seeing that you have power, light, warmth, or resources. Establish watches with family members or trusted neighbors. Exhaustion is a real threat, so rotate responsibilities so everyone gets rest while someone stays alert. Stage weapons safely and accessibly if legal in your area. Improvise defensive tools if necessary. Be ready to enforce your boundaries and act decisively if threatened. Hesitation can cost lives. Those who secure their perimeter in the first hour keep control of their future. Those who don't become victims. The first hour of a blackout is not practice. It's the razor's edge between control and collapse. If you act on these 10 steps immediately, you buy your family food, water, safety, and time. If you don't, survival gets exponentially harder with every passing minute. History is clear about this. In the 1977 New York blackout, looting spread within minutes of the power failing. After Hurricane Maria, 95% of Puerto Rico lost power, and some people waited 11 months for restoration. The 2003 Northeast blackout, the 2021 Texas freeze, Venezuela's grid collapse, every single time the people who acted fast in the first hour were the ones who came through it safely. The blackout isn't a distant possibility that might never happen. It's an eventual certainty. When it comes, that first hour decides whether you're in control or at the mercy of panic and chaos. Don't be the neighbor standing on someone else's porch in the dark, asking desperately for candles or water. Be the one whose house stays steady, quiet, and secure when the grid goes dark. Because in a blackout, preparation isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. If this video helped you understand what to do when the lights go out, hit that like button and subscribe to Prep Pantry. We'll see you in the next one. Stay prepared.